Good evening. The big, beautiful bill has made its way to the president's desk. The House passed it today with a vote of 218 to 214. Donald Trump is set to sign it tomorrow. 2 Republicans joined all the Democrats voting no. The massive spending package will extend the tax cuts of his first term, but make big cuts in social programs to help pay for them. The nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office estimates the bill will add $3 trillion to the country's deficit. We have more details on the bill coming up at 10:30. Meantime, Western New York's 2 congressmen are at odds over the spending plan. Our Dylan Morello shares their reaction as the bill heads to President Trump's desk. Dylan?
Marley, Congressman Tim Kennedy is joining other Democrats in calling it the worst budget bill in American history. While on the flip side, Congressman Nick Langworthy is calling it a generational win for the American people. A key sticking point throughout negotiations for both parties was the increase of the state and local tax deduction cap, or SALT. Buffalo State economics professor Dr. Fred Floss tells us that the deduction was originally slated for $10,000 and is now raised to $40,000. Still, New York will be one of the states that gives the federal government the most money and gets the least money back.
SALT deduction that was promised not just by House Republicans but by the president himself is only half a loaf. And not only that, but it expires. And you know what else expires? The no tax on tips expires, and the no tax on overtime, another half a loaf.
Because New York's tax structure is so out of whack and New York taxes too much at every level, we had to go fight hard against the grain within the Republican conference. We had to go fight for that relief for our constituents so they could write off their state and property taxes because it is extremely burdensome.
The bill also gives a $150 billion boost in funding for a Golden Dome missile defense project, a southern border wall, and immigration enforcement, along with deportations.
Let's be honest, Laken Riley, was killed by an illegal immigrant in Georgia that should have been detained here in New York, but New York's bail laws let him go to Georgia and flee. This is why our DHS needed this funding. They're going to hire new ICE agents. We're going to finish the southern border wall. And we are going to make sure that this never happens again.
This administration is weaponizing ICE to go after people that are here legally, here on temporary protective status, here with green cards. They're even deporting U.S. citizens, children with cancer. It's a terrible time in America as it pertains to our immigration.
Langworthy says the bill is rebuilding our economy, securing our borders, restoring pride in work, and reaffirming that the American dream is alive and well for the next generation. Kenny says that the bill takes aim at the country's most vulnerable and will, quote, gut health care for millions of Americans. I'll have more on that aspect of the bill at 11. In the studio, Dylan Morello, News 4.